What is going on, guys? This is Uber Patrick again with another gameplay commentary, and this is a ground war domination on the map. What is it, Turbine? Yeah. So it's like, in my opinion, probably one of the worst maps Call of Duty's put out in a while, along with like a Ray from the first Black Ops. I mean, I like Treyarch and all, but they just have a tendency to put out like a really bad map every game. And Turbine's really that map. It's that map you just don't really want to play. And you often leave during the pregame lobby, and I haven't seen any map have a higher percentage of leavers in pregame lobbies than Turbine. And it's totally understandable. It's a really slow map. It's terrible, especially if you're playing hardpoint. That's just awful. Like, playing hardpoint on Turbine is just... it's just a very slow experience, and even if you want to push out and kind of kill whore and intercept their guys, you can't really get them in a group because it's just really spaced out. You got guys going different routes, and you're better off being in the hard point, but then people are just so slow to get to the hard point. You're just sitting there, and it's just a terrible map. For ground war, it's okay sometimes. I happen to stay this time, end up getting a good gameplay, so it was fun this time, but I still on a whole do not like this map very much. It's a terrible map. It's kind of funny that this was the map that they kind of like showcased in their multiplayer, their first multiplayer trailer. And I was just like, okay, that map looks huge, and it was huge, and it is huge, and it's as awful as I thought it would be. But all the other maps seem to be pretty good. I like Slums a lot, and what's the other one? Slums, and I like Standoff too. But those are 6v6 maps, of course. But those are really fun maps for when you're doing 6v6. Those are actually the fast-paced ones, in my opinion, for 6v6. But anyways, besides that, the topic I wanted to talk about today was this concept of reverse boosting. And it's a little thing that's been going around the YouTube community, or I guess just the Call of Duty / YouTube community. And I'm not going to name who was exactly reverse boosting. You can check it out yourself in some videos by the YouTube dude, and I think Fisticuffs has talked about it as well. But basically, what reverse boosting is what it is when you okay, well, the way matchmaking has been working for public lobbies apparently is that it's sort of roughly based upon score per minute. Like, you're going to be put in a lobby of people based around your score per minute. And personally, I haven't really felt it to a crazy extent. I don't think it hasn't really, because I usually will go into a lobby having the highest score per minute, but I mean, obviously there's going to be people that are going to top me and stuff and whatnot, but it's always a close fight. So I haven't really, it hasn't seemed like, I've still seen people with very fairly low score per minutes in lobbies that I go into. When I range between like a 450 to 500 score per minute, I believe. So I don't understand that exactly, but basically what these players have been doing, as I come back from that little rant, they sit in lobbies and they basically just tank their score per minute by getting about no score per minute and getting no kills and just sitting there for a few games and just, like I said, just let their score per minute drop really hard, just tank it, and that allows them to pretty much ensure them the likelihood of being put in a lobby full of noobs. And I feel like, yeah, it's really bad that players are doing this, even really good players, like some pro players. But at the same time, and I'm not saying this justifies the actions of reverse boosting, I still think it's very lame to do. But I still have to sort of blame Treyarch in a sense, because the reason they created League Play, as far as I'm concerned, was to kind of involve some sort of skill-based thing. And, I mean, they could have involved score per minute in that as well. I don't know why exactly they didn't. That could have been a very good factor, besides just wins. But regardless, I didn't think there should be any skill-based system in public lobbies, because when you put it in public lobbies, it allows people to to like create a technique to allow them to intentionally and ensure themselves to be put into a lobby full of noobs. And when you have some of the best players in the world playing against a lobby full of the worst players in the world, I mean, it really just makes it a very manipulative way to work getting bad lobbies, or getting noob lobbies, I guess you could say. And I, of course, do not do this. I think that is very lame, because, you know, I can still get gameplay. It's not really an issue. Just gotta play accordingly. And there we go. Get my swarm. Alright. That swarm is a beast. I can still get swarms. I don't care about this reverse boosting. And, so yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about reverse boosting. And, I mean, the way you can tell someone's reverse boosting is you just go to COD Elite and you search their gamer tag, and you look at their recent games, and if you see that there's like, they had like a 7-minute game, because you can see the times between each game, and it's like obvious they didn't leave because they were in there for 7 minutes, and they have a 0 score per minute, and like, let's say like they went 0 and 6 because they're just sitting in the spawn, so they die a few times. Then it's obvious they're reverse boosting, and that's just how you can check up on it, and you can look at some of those players that are doing that. I mean, I think Treyarch will eventually take it out just because they realize that people exploit the system. So I don't think it'll be there for too long. I don't think it'll be a problem for that much longer. I think they'll kind of realize that it was bad for them to even incorporate this kind of thing. But, aside from that, I want to briefly talk about what I'm going to be doing for the KO Gaming channel again. What I have planned is a tips for hardpoint. It's going to be probably 2 different parts. One's probably going to be talking about the Slayer role of playing hardpoint, and the other one's going to be about the objective/Slayer role of playing hardpoint, because there's not really... In public lobbies, there's no full objective player, and not even really in pro stuff, you know, everyone's really playing the role of kills too, so I will explain both of those in 2 different videos. And if you saw the last video I posted, you may have noticed that I was doing an intro for a channel called Emery Gamers FPS, and this is a channel that has asked me to post content in their, on their channel, and their videos are essentially, they do get advertisements, so I will be making a little bit of money, nothing significant, and nothing that I really care about necessarily, because really what this is going to allow me to do is get more subscribers from them, and just basically give exposure to our channel from their channel, because they have more subscribers because they've been around longer. So you will be able to see every gameplay I basically post on their channel will eventually be as well on this channel, but I will not be posting every gameplay that I post on this channel on their channel, if that makes sense. There will be more gameplays from me on this channel, but there will be some of mine on their channel as well. So if you want to check it out, you can. You can see other gameplays too. But if you like this, you like seeing how I kill games and swarms and whatnot, and more of that, and some other games, subscribe and like, and I'll see you later. Uber Patrick.